At Intel, world-changing ideas start with real solutions, and real solutions start with exceptional engineering. The quantum computing revolution, the next generation of AI experts, the renewable energy grid, early diagnosis for cancer. The examples are countless, the impacts are endless, but the foundation is always the same. It starts with Intel. Learn more at intel.com/stories.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. There's a ton of Instagram news to get into, so let's not hesitate. First, you might remember back in 2018, Instagram implemented something new where once you scroll to the bottom of your feed and you didn't see any more posts from people you follow, it would announce you're all caught up. Then after that, it started showing you content that it thought you might like based on accounts you follow and other things. However, now Instagram announced that it's running a test where it will splice in more recommended posts from accounts that you don't follow as part of your normal feed before you get to the bottom. I'm already seeing this in my feed, and I am not a fan, I'm going to say right off the bat. Instagram will test an option that allows you to snooze the feature, removing suggested posts from your feed for 30 days. A Facebook spokesperson described the expansion of this suggested posts as a, quote, extension of the Instagram feed, end quote, noting that the ratio of these algorithmic recommendations to posts from followed accounts will be variable based on how someone uses the app. I get what Instagram's trying to do here. The TikTok For You page is amazing and they want to try to capture something similar on the Instagram app. I'm all for new ideas, but I'm hoping that this one doesn't stick around. Okay, let's get into the next news story. The Instagram Creators account, which is one of the best accounts to follow on Instagram. If you're not following, go check them out right away. They had a Lessons on Live post with a bunch of good concepts to keep in mind when going live. I'm a huge fan of going live. I highly recommend it, especially if you have a good guest, something important to talk about, and your followers are used to seeing you go live at the same time each week, whatever. Best practices for a successful live according to the @Creators account. First, basic, make sure you have a strong internet connection and full battery. They also say avoid using external microphones. I have no idea why they would say that, and many people asked in the comments what the rationale for that was, but they haven't answered. The next recommendation is to test going live with a Finsta account if it's your first time. And the next suggestion, have your guests follow you on Instagram and vice versa so you can find them more easily. Trust me, when you're trying to find someone's account to go live with them in that moment, your fingers, no matter how good you are at texting, become mush in that moment. The next is to raise money for a cause you care about by using the fundraising tool. I have yet to see any of the causes that I care about in the Instagram Live fundraising tool, but one can only hope that that will happen at some point soon. Use AR effects during your live stream is the next suggestion. That's sort of fun for a minute or so, but can kind of be distracting. So I don't recommend that as a strategy. And a good reminder that you can download your live for up to 30 days after you went live by going into your archive, which is a really good thing to save if you're going to edit it on the computer or do something else with it, maybe upload it to YouTube. I definitely recommend that as a strategy. And you can also turn off the video or audio during a live. This is something that's recently been added sort of to compete with Clubhouse. It's not exactly the same experience, but if you've ever wanted to be muted while you're on a live, this is exactly why you would use that feature. And then the last thing is to use the countdown sticker and tag guests that will be live so that everyone can turn on the subscription and be notified when you're going to go live. They don't mention about using the question sticker here, which is really my favorite part of going live. I'm a bit confused why they didn't use that, but if you're going to go live, use the question sticker 23 hours beforehand, and you can share all the responses from the question sticker during your live. Your audience can see it. It's a great way for them to get context for what's going on when they drop into your live. That's absolutely one of my best tips for using Instagram. Okay, that's it for today's show. Come back tomorrow for more Instagram news, but I have started something new I wanted to talk about. If you would like to support the show, I've started buymeacoffee.com buymeacoffee.com/IG stories, and you have the opportunity to buy me a cup of coffee in support of the show. That's buymeacoffee.com/IG stories. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can check it out and tap through right from there. Thanks so much for listening, and I really appreciate it.